When a team fails to hit its targets, the default response is usually to ask why people aren't working harder. But poor performance is rarely a failure of individual effort. Execution is a structural design problem. The actual issue is organizational fragmentation. You have good people working incredibly hard, but because the underlying workflows and priorities are disconnected, all that energy is spent running in the wrong direction. To fix this, companies usually buy new software, roll out a standalone training module, or send managers to an isolated leadership workshop. They try to treat a complex system by patching individual pieces. Fragmented initiatives cannot cure structural fragmentation. When leadership, culture, and goals are treated as separate silos, the resulting data only measures how busy people are, not whether any actual outcomes were produced. This lack of alignment carries a heavy, verifiable cost. Organizational fragmentation drains productivity, increases replacement expenses, and compounds management failures. This chart illustrates the financial impact of a disengaged workforce. An organization loses 34% of an employee's salary to lost productivity. Furthermore, a toxic, fragmented culture is 10.4 times more predictive of turnover than compensation. Raising salaries or launching a new engagement survey won't stop this financial bleed. The structure itself is broken, and treating the symptoms guarantees the structural failure will repeat. ValHer Strategic Counsel approaches this differently. Instead of offering generic consulting or traditional coaching, they build practical operating systems designed to clarify execution. Success requires moving past motivational noise. It requires documented expectations, clear standards, and operating rhythms that teams can actually repeat week after week. The core rule here is that sustainable results should be built alongside your people, rather than extracted from them until they burn out. A functioning operating system reduces cognitive load by establishing explicit decision rules and meeting cadences. This design strips away the friction that otherwise stalls execution. This approach is structured through Forge OS, ValHer's proprietary, interdependent framework designed to replace isolated organizational initiatives. The framework starts with fostering growth, treating setbacks as data, which locks into optimizing leadership for clear accountability. Resilience building ensures continuity under pressure, while goal setting aligns targets to workflows. Finally, enhancing culture provides the trust needed to lock the entire machine together. Because these 5 pillars operate as a single interdependent framework, departments stop competing for resources. Organizations build the conditions that make all their performance metrics improve together. The system operates as a continuous, kinetic loop. It starts at the top, where defined leadership behaviors directly build psychological safety within the team. That safety supports autonomous motivation. When people feel secure and motivated, they adapt faster to setbacks, and that adaptability drives consistent execution. Consistent execution then reinforces the culture, and a highly functioning culture is what sustains the entire operational system over the long term. This unbroken feedback loop ensures that abstract strategic plans don't just sit in a binder. They become a highly repeatable daily reality for everyone in the organization. The outputs of this loop are tracked through Pearl outcomes. Like actual pearls, these concrete, documented behavioral results are produced under sustained pressure, not stumbled upon by accident. The P and E stand for performance and engagement. You establish clear turbits and defined measurement intervals, creating an environment where people work consistently because the system actually supports their autonomy. The R and L are retention and leadership. You distribute authority and build capacity, which neutralizes the structural causes of disengagement long before they turn into someone deciding to quit. Securing these 4 outcomes provides empirical evidence. It proves that execution was a design problem all along, and you have successfully solved it. To ensure this system survives real-world conditions, ValHer uses a 3-phase methodology. First, diagnose where workflows are breaking. Second, design tools tied to outcomes. And third, implement adoption support. Leaders leave with concrete, usable assets. You walk away with explicit documented standards, established meeting rhythms, and practical toolkits ready for immediate deployment. It is time to abandon the motivational noise and embrace structured design. You need clear plans, repeatable execution, and measurable progress. Move from strategy to execution with